Hey, this is Matt once again. What about in the video? The paid request, this time for Arthur. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, topics, reactions, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, however. Can I say the word re-review? There you go. You can send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, Arthur, one of my thoughts on the trailer to Violent Night with David Harbour. Now, I have seen this trailer. For those who don't know, it's pretty much take a bit of Die Hard, but what if Die Hard starts Santa Claus? David Harbour plays the actual Santa Claus, and he's, of course, doing his Christmas job. And there's this rich family who, these bad guys, these mercenaries come in, led by John Leguizamo. And Santa Claus comes in through the chimney, eating some cookies. There's some bad guys. They attack him, and then he attacks them, realizes, hey, all these people are on my naughty list. This little girl's on my nice list. I'm going to fuck up the bad guys, John McClane style. And as the title suggests, it's going to be a violent night. Now, I looked at the director of the film. It's the guy who did Dead Snow 1 and 2. He also did Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. So I don't mind the director. Dead Snow I wasn't a fan of, but I really did like Dead Snow 2. And I think you just see that without seeing the first one. I do recommend Dead Snow 2, Red vs. Dead. If you liked Evil Dead 2 type of movies, I do think that's a fun one. And Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters is a film that grew on me a bit. When I first saw it, I went, I don't know about this. But I remember watching it again a few years later and went, you know what, this is not too bad. Jeremy Renner's in it, and didn't mind the cast. Thought it was pretty quick pace. Had a couple fun action bits. It's at the least a time waster. Like, it was fun for what it was. And then the writers of the film are the ones that wrote Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2. So I thought, yeah, that's a bit different. Now, it's supposed to come out December 2nd. And, like, you looked up the trailer, it got a lot of views. I don't know if that'll turn the box office, but if people go, oh, it seems like a fun novelty, but I'll watch it at home. Well, I guess we'll find out. I don't mind David Harbour as an actor. He's fine in Stranger Things. Did not care for him in the new Hellboy film, but I didn't care for the film itself. I don't mind David Harbour. I do wish it was another actor, though. That would get me even more excited. I would say I like the trailer. It looks like a fun movie. But if you got, like, James Woods as Santa Claus with... Think of... Okay, have you ever seen John Carpenter's Vampires? That kind of attitude against the bad guys. He's very nice, of course, to the kids and stuff, but if he's pushed by the bad guys, he's a bit of that Jack Crow from John Carpenter's Vampire. Like, that would have been a very fun thing to see. Or, like, who else would work? Trying to think of someone that'd be very unique. Like, I did like Nobody, and yeah, like, wow, Bob Odenkirk in this kind of movie, but Nobody really worked. I mean, Billy Bob Thornton, I mean, be like a good version of Bad Santa 2. It's like he played a fake Santa, now he's the real Santa. Like, come on, if you have Billy Bob Thornton in this movie, and he's acted like the real, nice Santa, but then I guess the bad guys, he's acted a bit like his character Bad Santa, the first one, because the sequel I thought sucked. That would have been fun. Like, I see other actors I think would have been even more of a fun, crazy idea. But again, David Harbour is not a bad actor, so I would still be curious to give it a look. I do worry that they showed a lot in the trailer. Because in the trailer, they did... like, if you watch the trailer, it does seem like you can piece the entire movie together. Like, you do pieces at the beginning. Is Santa getting drunk and either he's tired of being Santa Claus, or guys takes a toll of himself, or maybe people don't think of him anymore. Something to that effect might be the beginning. And then, okay, it's going to be this rich family, and we're going to have to develop those characters. And then we see, okay, John Leguizamo comes in and his mercenary team. As the wind picks up, there's a cold here, if you hear that background noise. And then the Santa comes in to get his cookies, leave his presents. They show like the first, you piece together the first big fight scene, which is him fighting this guy, going back and forth, Santa throwing him, getting the Christmas light, stabbing him with the Christmas star, electrocuting him. They find the dead body. At one point, capture Santa. He escapes. Okay, the third act, you could tell, is going to be all those bad guys coming in, and either allow them to get blown up by that shed, or, you know, when Santa does that thing throwing the axe. You tell that the final action piece is going to be, does you see a wide shot of him fighting John Leguizamo, and that's going to be the end of it. So many trailers show everything. I think they should make this a rule. If you have a movie, action movie, horror movie, I will say, despite my issues with Barbarian, they did it right. And I think that's why a lot of people liked the film, and I can understand that, where they felt surprised by the reveal. I will say the marketing in Barbarian, they did it right and they did it well. I will say, kudos to the marketing team. I think more people should follow that. And I was going to say, if you have a movie, don't show any of the second half of the movie in the trailer. Base your marketing. Trailers do not need to be... Is there some rule that a trailer has to be 2.5 minutes long? I mean, a lot of times they are, but no, there doesn't have to be a rule. It could be, you know, somewhere a minute and a half or a minute. Maybe it was a teaser, but just have it be that and be like, you know what? We're not going to show you the second half of the film. We want you to be surprised. If you can't sell the audience on the first half of this movie, there's not much of a fucking movie, is it? It's just that when you do the second half, that's when the big, oh shit moments. But again, you're giving away for free in advertising. Trust me, when I saw John Wick 2 and John Wick 3 and I didn't see any of the trailers, I see, oh my god, the motorcycle bit in John Wick 3 for the first time, and the shotgun fun, and, you know, John Wick 2, I first saw on the screen, oh shit, they're doing this stuff here, and, like, those two movies, John Wick 2 and John Wick 3, the first time seeing, like, Keanu with all the knives, I went, oh shit. That's why I'm not seeing the trailer for John Wick 4, because I want to go into blind. Because John Wick 2 and 3 were great to see blind. I think that's why a lot of times I'll see it for request. Like Arthur, absolutely. No issues. But it's just one of those things where I just don't want to see the entire movie before the movie comes out. I think that is an issue that happens a lot. It happened back to the day as well. It's not just a brand new thing, but it's just one of those things they keep doing it. Now, I'll admit, in the trailer, there's some fun parts. Like, it puts a grenade in a bad guy's pants. It's like, I gotta watch. Turns and watches it blow up. I didn't notice I didn't notice a whole lot of CGI. Like, there's some, but not as much as others. And it's kind of a fun novelty. It's kind of like if you take Silent Night, Deadly Night, like a slasher film, but what if he was the good guy and he's going up against bad guys? So, okay. Actually, that would have been fun. Imagine Eric Freeman from Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2 in the lead role. Be like a weird remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. Hey, bad guy. Garbage day. Like the bad guy's looking through the garbage, he shoots the guy through the garbage. But like, he shoots the bad guy's gun, which is a grenade launcher, and it blows him and the trash can up. Like, that would have been fun. Eric Freeman as a killer Santa Claus wearing guy, but he's the good guy. That'd be fun. But I like that. It's like usually someone playing Santa Claus is either a kids' Christmas movie or it's a horror movie, like Bill Goldberg and Santa's Sleigh, where he was playing the actual Santa Claus, or Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1 and 2, which is people dressed up as Santa Claus killing people. Here is the Santa Claus killing people, but he's the good guy. So again, that's a fun novelty. And it does look better than the Mel Gibson one I saw called Fat Man. Does that try to do this, but try to be very dead serious and just not that fun? And I didn't hate the film. Like, Mel Gibson's Santa Claus should have been in this type of movie. See, Mel Gibson's film Fat Man, it should have been this type of film. Like, Mel Gibson having this action and entertainment would have been really cool to see. So that's another one. Like, but I just didn't mention that because he already played a Santa Claus. But I did. I try to be very down to earth, but it was just boring for chunks of it. And it's like, why? You had the right idea, but you did it in the wrong execution. This seems more appropriate. I even like the use of music. I forget the name of the music, but the first time I heard the music was in the beginning of Gremlins. Christmas. Da, 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 I don't care that the trailer ends on a reindeer shit joke. Like, really? That's how you want to end the trailer? By him stepping on reindeer shit? Thought that was a lame way to end it. But yeah, I have a feeling that they did show everything in the trailer. Love to be proven wrong. But it did look like a fun, entertaining movie. Like I said, David Harbour, there's other people would have picked. But, I don't mind David Harbour as an actor. I'm just saying he's not one of my favorites, but he's fine. And the concept looks entertaining enough that it looks like to be at least, like I said, a good time waster, at the very least. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. Thanks once again, Arthur. We'll see you guys later.